There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end of promise from them. So welcome my life with African.
I lyrical
Master.
Play Paris who make you I can't Sktv benyo. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes I know money, emu aye yo. And you love me, emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget now ya to money. That's the baby, and I forget it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk it for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise my best. To work with my life with Africa. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombay, Kidman, Monserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bon County to Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
In the Sktv, we are the best in Liberia, for matter of fact, because we bring it out of the happening back home, and we give you all of the play-by-play of the news, the newsmaker, those one who also behind the news and so forth. But again, folks, good evening. Share the show. The show will be interesting on this fateful Wednesday evening, for matter of fact. Today is the 28th of January, the first month in the year 2026, and the month is gradually. You know, those of you who are sport lover, you know, when you are into the striking positions, then you already know exactly as to where you're heading. Anything you can score, you know, when you are striker. So the month is gradually going to an end. That tells us that indeed we, in fact, we've been defending. From the defending stage to the what? To the Murphy, you know, again be easier though. For God, because God is there. So we were defending, you know, from the beginning of the month, we defended. After that, we go into the middle of the month, and you know, it wasn't easy. But God there. Now we are about to strike. That means when you have the ball possession, or in fact, you have the ball in your possession, the best thing to do is to strike into what? Into the goal pole. That means you have to score. If you don't score, you have all the better chances, opportunity, and you squander. Oh, sorry. Before somebody say, but if you squander your own goal scoring opportunity, then your opponent will not take anything likely. And guess what they're going to do? They will go into your defense to where you are situated, your heart. They will go there and they step. It's not on the score. So that's why when you are defending, you defend well. When you are striking, you strike well. When you are into the midfield position, you make sure that you control the ball well. I hope you get so many concepts. But again, that's just the show. The show will be interesting. In fact, the show will be hot. It will be more than hot. Yesterday, I was not really talking that much because I know so many things will happen, and the government will have their own way of, coming up to, rebut or debunk or how to say on some of the happening, especially coming from the president Sona or the State of the Nation address, and with Liberians having their own say, one thing I like. Yeah, I like the country now to admit. If Liberia remain on this path, trust me, Liberia will get better. For some of us, our prayers. Even you can support John Brown, Paul who you may call, and that person is wrongly proceeding, hold them accountable. Let us stop the political. Why not? Where I go? Let's share the show. Good evening, my good friend and brother Robert. Robert is always here with us. Robert, Fasulu, Jacqueline, and their good friend and brother. Good evening to you. What's up? How everything going with you there? Yes, indeed, we have so many things to talk about. Today, we're going straight to the issues. We're not going to bring any social issue today. We're going straight to the issue because there are so many questions being asked, so many things being said by the government. The government people, when they're coming out, yeah, they say the truth is better. Yeah, it's the Bible talk about what? Say the truth, and the truth shall do what? Set you free. Yeah. So some of you now will be insulted. You are defend foes. Why not? Let's share the show first. Yeah, Mark will soon be here with us. The rest of the team will be here. Should we buy physical bread and butter? Yeah, God. Yeah, whole life. Yeah, sometimes when I say back, I can be asking myself, that's how people abuse power and opportunity. If you're from the poor background, some of you today, listen to me right now. Maybe you're in the taxi cab, maybe you find your way home, or maybe you are driving, you have the opportunity maybe to become minister, or maybe to become deputy minister, or maybe to become any or maybe positions in government, or maybe you are, that kind of, maybe that earner citizen, and you are, or maybe you are a business person, and so forth. Let me tell you, if you have any opportunity in this life, don't abuse it, and don't use your opportunity to look down on people and say things against people, because what we are carrying, it's just what people can call a friend, but the life in him is what important. Nothing will carry that job, but that one when you die, they call you dead body. Share the show, man. The show will be interesting. The show will be hard. So the former minister today, the man were asking some questions, in his press conference or the interview or his media engagements, that even though when they're having their State of the Nation address, they don't recognize the media, but they still need the media to do their work. And that's good. It's good. That's the kind of role we play. Yeah, James David, you're here for the show, man. Dear brother. James David, thank you so much. And David William, all of you, you're please help us share the show. So, should we buy physical bread and butter? The question though, let me know. Before I say maybe won't say no. I'm quoting. So it says, should we buy physical bread and butter and share it with citizens before you are convinced that the government is addressing the bread and butter issues? That's the question. So should we buy? Maybe one more can buy it here. No. Let me share the show because it's interesting today. This will be interesting. What? It should be more interesting. Therefore, people just help us share the show. So we should buy tea and bread first before you know that we're working, or what? What do you want us to do? What? Oh God, yeah, when we talk to people, some of you, you're going your little corner and you say, maybe I want to see, maybe no, I like the government 100%. I can show you and I can tell you. But some of these statements, some of you who are following us, some of these statements are just necessary. Yeah, to admit, it's not just good. You know how many people, even the community that I live in, you know how many people that are doing that have nothing to do? Even my neighbor, sometimes I ask, what are you sleeping? Every time I see you sleeping. my brother, I get nothing to do. Nothing to do, my brother. So sometimes I just lay down home, hold it instead of me coming outside to waste my time, to be arguing, to be talking. Sometimes I lay down, hold it. Hey, man, people are sleeping. People are volunteering. Honorable Finance Minister. People are volunteering. Even the people that are working, there's no difference between the working class and the people that are not working. Well, anyway, we'll buy them, you say what I said, we'll buy them bread and butter so that they can know what are things okay. Anyway, people help us share the show will be hot. It will be more than interesting. Monk will soon join us and I see, I think someone already here. Let me see who this person. Good. Monk is already here. Good. That's great. My dear brother Monk, good evening.
Well, good evening, good afternoon, good night. No matter where you find yourself on the planet, we are still interconnected. So it all depends where you find yourself. If you are in Europe, 5, 6 hours. Europe and Africa got almost the same time, except for a few countries with different time zone. Few hours different, but they are mostly, especially I would say Western Europe and Africa almost the same time zone. If you are in Australia or Asia, some people are 13 to 14 hours ahead of us in America. So good morning, good evening, good night, and that's it. Another day to be on Sktv. A lot of things happening. We just in the background doing our work, as we always do on Sktv. We give you the information, unfiltered, unbiased. We do our best to break it down for the least person to understand on Sktv. We don't take side. We don't sugarcoat the facts because we want to play politics here. We just say as it is. When good news come, we'll give you good news. When bad news come, we will give you the bad news. When people believe that they can insult you intelligently and think that because you are dumb that they can insult your collective intelligence, we will tell you what they mean, and that's what we are here for. So you don't have to do the hard work. Just sit back and relax, and Sktv will do the work and serve you in the buffet. That's what we can do here, maybe nothing more than that.
Yes. More, let me also say to you, and let me also announce that, in fact, Sktv has been one of the most favorite shows right now as we speak, even to the extent that even the management, even when we not come on more, the management feel cool. Say, no, we got to wait for Sktv. Sktv, 1 year from you people. Yeah, what Sktv have to say about this happening? So more to tell you how far we are going. You know, I'm waiting for Mr. Connor and maybe and the other rest of the team to come on, but say Mr. Connor stay on his leave, maybe or what you may call.
Yes,
Let me say this out to you today, Mom. Then you are here, yes, indeed, for the work that we've been doing. Even if today the government do something or something happen in the country, everybody will be calling back to Mom to know as to what Sktv will have or they will come on and they don't want to know what Sktv will come on first. But then we say yes, will come on. They say okay, but then good. Then we are happy because that tells you more that the kind of work that we're doing here. And I'm very proud of you, Mom. Let me say this, even though I want to say this to all of the team members, but they're not here, and we have been widely loved. That's good. Good work, and let's keep on with all of the struggle. Some people don't know more. People think that maybe they think that maybe we have political party that we're supporting. Maybe that's the thing. But again, people got to accuse you. For me, I don't care whether you accuse me or not. The best thing is let the right thing be done, like you said. So, my brother, actually, Sktv is the best right in Liberia from all indications. I don't want to pass by and tell you about the kind of work that we are doing.
Well, for me, I've said on the show so many times. I came on Sktv when my picking was going through his situation. I used to follow most of the platform. When Sekou first started the show, I used to chime in once in a while, watch some of his commentary. And over time, when Steve joined, other people started joining the show. I was like, you know what? I don't think Sktv is perfect, but in terms of unbiased information, I think this is one of the platforms I have gravitated towards Sktv. And Sekou said, oh, Monk, you got to be calling. I used to call regularly, then I became a fixture on Sktv. So I was like, because a lot of people reach out to me to be like paneling, like, I'm not interested. I'm not looking at the views or your so-called big platform. I think Sktv, I like the business model here. I love the way how they presented the news. And I became part of Sktv, and yeah, we are today. But I think you take all the credit because sometimes with our basic schedule, we go in and out. Sekou can be gone for a while, but you are here every day. And that's why I believe we got your own tax return on Sktv. We will bring our offering basket, even though your economy is doing better than ours here. But I think we'll reconsider our decision. So you got growing at 5.1%, which is way bigger than what we're doing in the US. Yes. So if you guys are doing great with all the job creation, then we got to turn the table on you folks. But anyway, good to be here. A lot of stuff going on. From we're talking about the president's State of the Nation address, all the pitfalls and all the lies. I knew that a good portion of that speech was a lie. So when the government is coming back to come and recalibrate their own statement, talking about it was a misquote. No, that's not a misquote. That's a deliberate lie. You knew exactly what you were doing. The vast portion of the speech was a lie. So you can come and bamboozle. I listened to the president talking and attacking the IMF. Now he's a national sovereignty. He's not a globalist anymore. But we'll get to the details. Anyway, share the show, folks. When we reach our regular 600-700.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
And I got another important message for my people here. Based on what's happening, they just had a meeting. Two meeting was held in Minneapolis between the Board of Czar, the governor, and the city mayor of Minneapolis. I will give my people some update and the reason why I took the position that I took initially in terms of knowing the laws in this country and knowing when to play politics. So based on the result of that meeting, the official statement coming from that meeting, I will reiterate my point on the show, and then we can go to Liberian politics later. But share the show, folks. We are not there. We are getting there in terms of the number. And I don't know if Ali will be here today, but we can take it from there.
Yes, indeed, Mark, you are quite correct. Maybe if possible, Brother Abi will join us here. Ali will also be here with us, and maybe our sister Cindy will also join us. But like you said, yes, I think that one we're going to talk about first. Let's inform our people exactly about what happening there, and since some of you that maybe already abreast with some of the happening, at least maybe you can talk about some of the happening and be able to put our people on their guard, because it's better that you get some knowledge than to all that you know, and at the end of the day, you fall into the wrong hand. So I agree with you, Mark. So yes, I don't know where you want to start now before coming back to Liberia. But go ahead.
You know, I tell my people here, we are immigrating in this country. The reason this country is successful, the reason the country keep enduring for more than 250 years, because they have laws. You have to know U.S. laws. You have to know how politicians operate, and you have to know when to make strategic decisions. In this country, the people don't see individual. They see ideology. They see liberalism. They see conservatism. They see something they call libertarianism. They got people who they believe in green energy. Everybody got an idea. So the individual, like I said, that is on the ballot is not the one you are voting for. He just carrying a message. The laws of this country, the ideology remains the most important issue. It's not like Africa, where you can go and vote for George Weah or Joseph Parker. No. In this country, people vote on ideology, from healthcare to gun rights to constitution to immigration to the economy. Everything is ideologically driven. Even the school your children go to. That's why they got private school and public school. Public school said, no, we can teach all the children with one curriculum. The private ones said, no, I don't want that. Every state is different. We want to create our own curriculum that will fit with our children's standard. So even the school your children go to is still based on an ideology, whether you believe in institutional control or you believe in individualism based on your own challenges. That's how the people system works. The reason I'm saying this, I want some folks are saying this so-called protest that were held in Minnesota, it didn't make any sense. Yesterday, the Board of Czar, Tom Hardman, I think you can put a picture on the screen. You see here in Obama. I want you to show that picture to our audience here. Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, and Jacob Frey. Jacob Frey is the city mayor for the city of Minneapolis. They went to a meeting, and the governor came up with the idea that he would start cooperating with federal authority. So the first thing when I look at the statement that came to mind, hearing the Laura Ingraham show, they share the screen. Maybe I want you to pull that picture up where you see where Obama and Tom Hardman is. Tom Hardman was awarded with one of the highest accolades you can receive from a federal agent. He did an extremely good job under the Obama administration when it came to deportation. So Obama awarded him when it comes to immigration law. I don't know if you have it on your screen. I put it in your inbox. That's Tom Hardman. That's the guy who replaced the Border Patrol agent. He's in Minneapolis. He the one just held a meeting with Tim Walz, our governor, and the city mayor. Now, the same people that agitated folks to get in the street, we had two U.S. citizens that ended up losing their life. It was Petty and the Renee Gould. Okay. You look at our governor. The governor knows very well federal laws come before state laws. ICE, like I said, ICE was created by Congress. Nobody protests against ICE since I've been in this country. ICE was founded since 2002. They have been 24 years in the making. Why would you start calling them Nazis, racism, Gestapo? Are you kidding me? If you are going to call ICE agent, they are just messenger. Like I said, they were not trained to do the job of a police. They are only there to extract people after a federal judge has signed on your warrant or a subpoena. They only come to deliver and pick you up and carry you. So when I came from the meeting yesterday, I was like, so you're telling me these guys, knowing what they know, they only risked those two American lives and other people that were protesting in the street, because now the governor is saying he will cooperate with the federal authority by giving them more police to get their job done. So my question is, if you knew all of this, why you never stop people from getting on the street? Because the reason we have more BOLA agents in the state because you wasn't cooperating, and your job is to cooperate. How it works is you make the local arrest, your police and your local authority make the arrest. ICE can just come, go to the various addresses, go to the job and go to whatsoever and go and pick up people and send them. That's the job of ICE. But if you know the truth, but you decide to play politics only for two Americans to end up dead today, and you are telling me after a week that you are ready to cooperate with federal authority, you knew very well you were going to cooperate with federal authority, because what the federal authority is doing is not illegal. How can you protest against federal law? And the second thing I saw people out there, I said there are 50 states in America. ICE is everywhere. The latest statistic from the Department of Homeland Security, Texas and Florida lead number 1 and number 2 with the highest deportation. But the question is, why are you not seeing any riot coming from Texas and Florida, only Minnesota of all 50 states? Why? It tells you, because you wanted to play politics with people like that. At the end of the day, you end up jeopardizing the life of individuals. They are dead, and you are telling me you are going to work with federal authority. That's why I keep telling people, don't be a useful idiot for politicians, even if you support them, because there are times they will play on your emotional intelligence for their own benefit. And the one thing people don't realize is some people don't live here, they follow the fake mainstream media. I will always tell you, the reason you have more federal agents here because there is an investigation happening in Minnesota for a massive fraud that happened. The Treasury Department is here. Law enforcement is here. Department of Homeland Security, the entire federal government is in Minnesota, and they are having a criminal investigation against most of our public officials. So most of the riots you see coming from ICE, no, they are not immigration related. That's a game that they are playing. So when I saw the statement this morning from the governor and the city mayor, I was like, okay, there you have it. So it means you only put people's life at risk. So for you out there, I'm just sending a caveat to you. It's up to you. You don't have my social security. I don't have yours. I don't know how you came to America, but the one thing I know, there are people back home that depends on you. You can play a politics. I don't care. It's up to you. If you jeopardize your life, I say again, and I will say it for the 1,000th time, ICE will drill a bullet in you and you will die for nothing. If you think that an ICE agent will be taken to prison because of something, matter of fact, what good of someone going to prison when you are dead? How is that even justice to you when you are dead? So you can go out there, you can play the politics, you can follow this mainstream media and these lies and this narrative they are putting out there. At the end of the day, you will not take ICE from in Minnesota. You can protest from now to the return of Christ because that's federal law. It must be implemented. Every president came and used ICE. So if you go out there and you think you can watch news to play with you and use your emotions rather than your logic, then it's up to you. I am just saying, be safe, stay out of ICE way, because there are people that are depending on you, both in Liberia and here. When you become a dead president, man, it's on you. Nobody cares. That America, we are 350 plus million people here. So what make you think when you are dead? Why you think? It doesn't matter. So that's my final warning again. I'm just giving the latest update from the meeting at the hell. It's up to you. You can go out there and be a social justice warrior and be a hero. But the one thing that I know, federal laws remain federal laws, irrespective of who is president or from which party that particular president comes from. Just know that. Maybe I think what the you
Thank you, my dear. But what kind of hero that don't want to be alive and people will be saluting you, maybe in your grave? For me, I don't think I want to be that kind of a hero. But again, you know everything, my dear brother. We can disagree to agree. And as been seeing some of our people commenting, but you're right. Also, but one more is saying, more not saying that you don't have right here and there, no, but there's difference between a typical American. I don't know, Monk, I know Monk said, I think Monk said this thing on Monday. But welcome, Brother Ali. Brother Ali, good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mabon. Good afternoon, Mom, and good afternoon to our listening audience and follower out there. Glad to be here again today.
Wonderful. So quickly, more before maybe before Brother Ali chip in also on that. Sometimes there can be a privilege. Sometimes let us know the difference between privilege and right. Whether you like it or not, staying in the US is a privilege or opportunity being given to you. Even out here, maybe today, if I move from here, I go to the US, it will be a privilege or opportunity being given to me. And I will not abuse that. Because at the end, you can get all the green card. But see, some of our brothers, who in life, who I get green card, I get this. They won't know. My brother, that will depend on you. Play fools to gain wisdom. All I can tell you. Well, but are you go ahead quickly? What say you with what our brother just said, Mark? You're talking about something happening from the US, and if I'm talking about our sisters and brothers, to be careful.
Most of the time when Mom saying this thing, when you look on the live feed, and people will be there saying different things. My brother, America is not your home. It's not your country. You can't just say you get citizenship, you citizen by paper. Anytime they can tell you, say, we're taking it for you, we send you by where you're coming from. So if you come here and you see people carry on these things, stay in your lane. If you know you here legally, you get your document, everything, don't get involved into this thing. Thereby, you go to work from where you come home to your family. If you get your children, whatsoever, you stay home, you enjoy yourself, you talk to your family back home. Stay away from this thing. Like Mon said, these 2 states, you know how many people have been deported? Why we didn't see people in the street fighting ICE agents and but only in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Why only in Minnesota we see it happening? Right here near me, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, you know how many people have been deported to their countries? Nigeria, Liberia, Ghana, different countries around the world. Why only in Minnesota this is happening? Because the record, the document, then the fraud that is coming out in that place now. This whole thing is so political. Like Monk is saying, and you and myself, the last time we chatting on the Monk, don't allow yourself to be used by politicians. These are some of the things. The people know that they are politically on. So if you will come here and you want to jump in the street there, it's up to you. If you will come here, you like maybe what you just said, you play fool to give wisdom. What you get your document, this and that, they say, oh yeah, because I get green card, oh I'm a US citizen, this and that. When people do it, you jump yourself into it. Let's stay away from this thing. They are what Liberian attitude we want to take it. Anyway, thing that now concern all, we always want to put ourselves into it. That's just what we can do back home. So
Yeah.
all we always do it. Instead of all passing by what business we go there. At the end of the day, now somebody choice to the choice are gonna ride now on your head. Oh, this and that. You look for it. They call you there, it concern you. If ICE go somewhere to arrest people, you they go arrest you in your car, speed up and power like error. But the same thing, Liberia, anything we want get the news, check politic, we want be in the news. Me that all I get to say, our sisters and brothers in Minneapolis, Minnesota, you stay in your lane. When ICE come to your door, if you know you here legally, you get your document, you show it to them, they go by that business. When they say, oh, your English not correct, and then you coming from different place, you get your document, you show it to them, you go by your business. You just stay in your lane. Trouble not trouble, man, trouble you, and you trouble, not trouble you. Okay.
Even let me come in the way Ali just says, because for you in Labrador. So for me, I let you explain things because so you can really understand. I've seen some comments. People say, "Oh, ICE are harassing people. Oh, they are doing this and doing that." That's why I keep saying the reason ICE behave, the reason you're seeing ICE. Okay, like I said, why ICE has been operating for 24 years, you don't see them. You haven't seen people protesting against them. The reason being because Minnesota local law enforcement refused to cooperate with ICE. What happened is when federal judges sign their warrant or their subpoena and say we are targeting 1,800 deportees or criminals in Minnesota, they are instructing the state and the local law enforcement to apprehend those people. Then ICE can just come and pick them up because ICE are federal agents. Most of them are not even from Minnesota. But when ICE comes to Minnesota in search of 1,800 people or criminals for that matter, if the local authority cannot work with them to identify those people or turn them over from prison, then ICE themselves have to go on the field and start looking for those 1,008. You see how it works? That's why I keep saying it was about the politics. Because if you go by the standard operating protocol, you won't have drama. That's why you don't see drama happening in no other state with the exception of Minnesota. Like I just said, Texas and Florida lead the whole country in deportation. They are picking it up. So why you don't see drama? And every ICE officer, they are given the same protocol. They are not Liberia or Africa. They are given the same mandate. They are given the same training, the same equipment, the same protocol. So the question as a sensible person, you ask yourself, if every ICE officer were given the same training, why we are not seeing chaos from other states in America with the exception of Minnesota? Not even the whole Minnesota, but only in Minneapolis. I mean, even if you cannot think, like even if you're not even smart, you can see with your common eyes. Why is that so difficult? And why is it so difficult to understand? And maybe when I came to this country, right, something used to puzzle me when you talk about the whole thing about deportation. And it took me a while to figure it out. And you got to do research in this country. There is a difference. They got people who came to this country legally, right? And they overstay their visa. When you overstay your visa in America, it's a civil offense. And you know why? Because you came to America legally. Someone who came to America illegally is a criminal and a federal offense. So when it comes to deportation, that was important. Our brother don't know. They say, oh, they were more been in America for 20 years and she didn't get her paper, but she been there. All those why? The reason she was here because she never committed a crime. She walked in chocolate. The people are not stupid. When you come here legally and overstay your visa, that's a civil offense. When you come here illegally and commit crime, it means you only put yourself at the top of the deportation list. So deportation in America is based on the severity of the crime that you committed. A killer or murderer from Guatemala, Honduras, or Mexico, or Georgia, they will be the first in line to be deported. Because you coming from Liberia, they have to give you a court date. You got to go sit before a federal judge. The judge got to give you a marching order before ICE can even come and pick on you. That's why some people been in this country for 20 years and they even get people. But guess what? Nobody bothered them. And you know why nobody bothered them? They came here legally and they never committed a crime. They walk in chalk line with the American system and nobody bothered them. So like I said, you can go out there and play your politics and do your thing all you want. I'm just sending a caveat to our people, to the ones who other people depend on both here and overseas. It just, they say what? A hint to the wife is quite sufficient. So it's up to you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mark. For a matter of fact, today is Wednesday. Those of you who just joined, the show will be more than interesting this evening. This morning, based on your location, and Mark and Badariu just said. So indeed, we just passed through with all of these things to inform you, our people out there, those of you who in the diaspora, that indeed you should be careful, because I think there's a maybe specific mindset that you went there with, that maybe because of maybe what we can say, you gotta go there to go hustle and so forth. Now what you go there for? You don't go there to fight people, you don't go there to to jump into the people thing here and there, even though you have some right, but also don't forget that your right have some limitation. But again, Mark,
I'm just reading Efanso comment back to back. So Efanso, so that's your democratic right to go and jump on federal agents that try to arrest people who are in the country illegally, to go and protest, to stay in their way. That's your democratic right. You see, when people are in the country illegally, and I always say this: Even we Liberians in Liberia, that we always complaining. Oh, locally Fulani in our country, the people just coming, they buy land, they building all over, they doing business. Locally Nigerian, locally Guinean, local Sierra Leone. We are complaining every day when people come to our country illegally, doing businesses and working. But when people come to America illegally, then you want to support it. What the hypocrisy is for? Something that you can't accept in Liberia. But because they say, oh, America, now play that everybody wants. Yes, America is open to everybody. Once you are here legally, you come in legally, no problem. But you just say you don't want people to come Liberia illegally. But you want people to come America illegally. When they want to get rid of them, you join in the street to protest and say that you're democratic.
Even people that are even born here, but are these people that are even born here? They are saying other things about them.
Yes. You see?
Yeah. Now, why talk about people are born here? People that are born in Liberia and left, they want to pass a law that discriminate against you, to discriminate against you because you're out of the country. I'm talking about, and our laws in Liberia say once a Liberian, always a Liberian. Yes. But guess what? They wanted to pass law against Liberians just because they were fortunate enough to travel overseas. Can you imagine that? So if you believe that your country border should be open, that there should be no law, why you got immigration in Liberia? Why do you have border patrol agent immigration in Liberia? Which country in the world you see without immigration?
So with the issue of people blaming people, because I saw that also, I think between some of our sisters, I think someone posted and said, I don't know, based on the maybe the RCE or the eyes of.
Oh, you mean Lila and the other people are going back?
Yeah, so people were not too much, on the, maybe they were not on the internet. Well, that's good. They're not trying to get versed with. Sometimes say, yes, we got to be on our website because we don't want to be, or maybe people that will go against the law. Simple.
Aliu, Melbourne just brought something important concerning this debate because it's been happening. People have been calling me to get my view. But Aliu, I want to hear your take. And then before I can come in about this whole thing with the diaspora and leader post versus the responses she got, I just want to hear your take, and then I will come in later because Melbourne just changed the whole trajectory of this whole thing about ICE and the legality and the immigration laws and people constitutional rights. So where's your take, Ali, from the comedian post about Liberia in the diaspora and the responses people were able to come with in response to the post that was made by this Lila, the comedian? Where's your take, Ali? I don't know if you follow the story.
Yeah. The very day Lila made her post, I saw it when she said, since I started, everybody in that share, we see people all on Facebook again like before. That was her post that it had dragged today to child support document that coming on Facebook. All kind of things coming on Facebook. That's her post because whole day we used to see people there all on Facebook, whole day explaining their life story, how the other person looking. But since I started in Minnesota, I left forget about other states because at Minnesota the hottest area now. Everywhere is quiet. We see people there on Facebook again, and that's why she said that today people coming back at her saying that. And
Aliu, that what you're saying was the original post, but people are looking at the intent. And people are looking at the fact that she was saying empathizing with Liberian overseas, almost like it was some kind of a sentiment that was being expressed. That was the main reason. It's not only what she said in the post, it was about the implication. So I don't know how you understand that part, but when you don't, then I will come in and give my take. Because I have been receiving a lot of calls, even though I still as far as away from that topic until Melbourne brought it up. So I will respond to it and give my view on it.
Yeah, because right now when she said it, other people they look at it like I don't know how they take it to be. Probably maybe it was like, oh yeah, because we can be on social media, so she talking to us. We are hiding, we are here illegally. So she talking. So some of them saw it like a personal attack. And this is why today you see the rebuttal, you see everybody coming up with different statements because they saw it like personal attack. So people who are all on Facebook today, we can see them on Facebook because ICE is basically arresting people. So probably maybe they feel to themselves that they are here illegally. So she know that secret that why she's attacking them. I don't know, but for me, I feel like they take it like a personal attack, and I want to keep back at her.
Yeah, Montego, I think you must share similar sentiment, but I just got extra view on it in terms of Leah is a comedian one. So it means when you are committing, when you're saying something seriously, people will not even take it as it is. And there's another girl that called African Barbie doll. She was the first that responded to leader comment. I think she believed that leader was insensitive. When people life is on the edge or on the edge in terms of deportation and law and order and the ICE situation happening in Minnesota, she believed it wasn't something that leader should have made into a comedy. Her response. So in her mind, leader was insensitive. She was not kind of siding with people that are immigrants, especially those that fear the aspect of encountering ICE. But I think she took it too far. Her response was also harsh. I'm not here to play quarterback for leader. Yeah, leader post was not, it was insensitive. That's how you interpret it. But I'm just giving her the benefit of the doubt to say, okay, she's a comedian, so I will give her the benefit of the doubt on that aspect. But the response, and the woman who responded to leader too, she was also right to an extent. The only difference, I think she took it to the extreme. Because she was saying, if we Liberians here overseas, we are almost like we work hand in hand. You guys over there holding the land for us, we are here holding the land for you. So we work collaboratively. If Liberians are living in fear of their life overseas, or any other immigrant for that matter, it shouldn't be something you should take lightly or take for fun. But my problem with her was, I think she took it, she read into it too much by going personal with the insult. I understand the part. Okay, we Liberians here, we hold the land for you. Anytime, I personally agree with her too. I just saying she went to the extreme in responding to leader. Because, yeah, for as long as I've been here, I know my people here don't disappoint. I always say on the show, the diaspora hold the land for that country. When you look at even your president, he proposed this so-called $8 billion at the end of the day, where he said he want like a vision. At the end of the day, the 70% he mentioned the diaspora being part of it and international partner. But I know that diaspora contribute mostly than our international partner. That's a fact. Okay, so the question here is, if you're going to take it that personal, if you're going to go after a leader, then you got to tune down the rhetoric as well, because you are right to a certain extent. We don't want people coming up there with that kind of a sentiment against Liberian overseas. Because my brother, let me tell you something, Ali. I saw people that work in healthcare that were stealing latest gloves from their job to send it back home, pull it in barrel because of the Ebola, because of Corona. I saw Liberian people here generating resources to send over there. So there is nothing that will happen in Liberia, because that gap point was, whenever something happens back there, our first response is to see what we can do to help. But she felt disappointed that something like this happened in America and leader is trying to be satirical about it. I think that's where the miscalculation came from. But like you said, now we live in a Facebook generation. Everything is blown out of proportion. But I think that's where both of them were coming from. They were both right and wrong in a particular way, but the reaction, I think that's where they crosses the line. And that's my take on it. I don't know other people.
Yes, thank you, Mark. Maybe tomorrow we'll also pass through with that, but you may be right, because sometimes when things going on with people, I think that's the best time for you to have that empathy. That's the best time for you to show love and so forth, instead of you making some statement. But again, that already been happening, or that already happened rather, and the people, they have their own disagreement, they insult each other. But again, my brother, move on. Yeah.
Like I said, the reaction was just overboard. I think they made the most out of it. It wasn't necessary. I think that's where the problem came from.
Yeah, seriously, man. Myself, I felt so disappointed. But again, that's it. And yeah, so thank you, my people. Thanks to all of you share the show. We are almost 1,000 followers or viewers already. Let's move more. But Mark, we have so many things to talk about, and we already have marked the time. But let's move quickly into the government. I don't know if you have played this video quickly, so that we can start. Then also with the yellow machines. Someone said
no, not even yellow machine. There's one like a SARS show. They mean to today when the president went to the EFBC studio and made that comment about the IMF, and that was
done during the campaign time.
That was during the campaign time, right? Oh, I thought it was a recent video. Okay, that was
no. That was done during the campaign time. So people were not trying to remind him also on the entire the IMF, statistics that they are also running with.
Oh, okay. Ali, what you got to say about that? Because I believe that was a good reminder, and I don't know how the president switched from being a globalist to a national sovereignty. Because I think the reason we're reminding him today, because these numbers have been cooked over the years. They are not reflecting in the reality. It's like you give them speeches, they just come and say things out there with the assumption that we are all dumb. We just take anything. You cannot grow your economy at 5.1% and create more than 70,000 jobs. It's not possible. We cannot feel the impact. So we knew that was a lot. There are a lot of things about 198,000 small farmers in an agricultural or agricultural cooperative. I know that's a lot. It's not possible. So the reminder, like I said, it was great because I was surprised. I didn't know that Joseph Parker whole national sovereignty kind of mentality. Okay, that's the video I was talking about. Go ahead, maybe play it first.
Just as much as I live here, are the Liberians seeing what the international seeing? Or the internationals, are they the one living the life?
In another word, you don't respect whatever the opinion or the rating of the International Monetary Fund. This is a fund that you'll be working with.
Well, they themselves are doing their work and they know what they're doing, so it's up to them.
So
I mean, but I know that whatever they say, what's important, more important to me is what the Liberians say about their own economy, about what they're feeling. That's more important to me than what the IMF say. The IMF is a business.
And this is why we've been saying Sktv for the longest, right? That's why I told you, I say, I don't believe in globalism, man. But Aliu, say something. I mean, I've been talking for a while, so if you are done there, I can come in. Yeah.
Yes, now, if the president say he believe in the IMF, he believe in the Liberian people, what they say about the economy. But now, the Liberian people are complaining about the economy. Things are hard. People cannot even afford to send their children to school, to even feed their children. All of these things, people go to hospital, you have to pay before they even said tell you people have died because of that. But now, how will you say you only believe what the Liberian people will say when you don't listen to radio? Because the Liberian people are complaining on the very radio station. You go there, you turn your radio on, you will listen to the Liberian people. They keep complaining that the economy is very hard. And you say you only believe in what the Liberian people will say about their economy. And they say that the economy is hard. And now you don't listen to radio. So how will you know what the Liberian people are faced with? As a president, when you don't listen to your local news, you only listen to international news. So what impact the international news will make on your life and the lives of your people? So these are some of the deception and lies about this old man. And this is why today everybody reminding him of what he said before.
He said.
You see, so now you don't have to be running with what IMF is saying because you say you don't believe it. We expect you now to be focusing on what the Liberian people are saying, the hardship they are faced with, so you can solve the bread and butter issue. Like you people said, Liberians don't need development. The only thing they needed was job. And this is one of the things. Like they don't say the last time, President, we have faced the rule, and the people walk on, they see roll the king, they voted for me. Why? Because why he couldn't give them job. If we fail to give Liberian people job, we will face the same problem. And today, the government has not yet given Liberian people the job. And they keep lying. And I saw like other things, Jeremy Pia, I didn't even listen to it. I only heard there's so thing. I only heard they say. I even listen.
We're going to play the Jeremiah Pia video and then I will come in.
Correction on that. Why he can't do correction on the statement the president made about the job? So they want to say they stand with that because I listen to Mo Ali Well, I listen to Jeremy Pia. So it is time that they remind the president now.
Have our interaction with you, the Liberian people. So have our interaction with you, the Liberian people, to be open, to be transparent, and to just be truthful. And in that line of wanting to be truthful, we would like to start our comment on the annual message from a point that was made by the president during the delivery. And I'd like to quote that point before I say what I'm supposed to say. In the message, as it was written and read by the president, it says, Mr. Mr. Speaker, and members of the legislature, nearly 3 years ago, I assured the nation that roads would be our focus, not as a slogan, but rather a commitment in connecting communities with opportunities. And went further to say, in furtherance of this commitment, we focused on restoring key corridors and expanding secondary roads. We increased Liberia's paved roads from almost 12% to at least 20% and maintain more than 70 kilometers of major routes. Unquote. This portion of the message is in honest contrary to the submission of the Ministry of Public Works. Here is what the Ministry of Public Works submitted. And whatever that information was, those developing the speech, those finalizing the speech, do not fall short of taking full responsibility if they make error. And as a responsible government, we admit that they did a misquotation far away from what the Ministry of Public Works submitted. And I think as of yesterday, they made the necessary corrections. So if you went to the Executive Mansion website, for example, you will find the actual submission that was made by the Ministry of Public Works, which I'm not about to read. And that submission was, in pursuant of this vision, and the vision is where it said, Mr. Speaker, we assure you that roll it is. It went on to say, in pursuant of this vision, my administration has taken bold steps to reduce Liberia's paved road deficit from less than 12% to at least 20%, while simultaneously prioritizing maintenance of major road corridors to ensure that no vehicle stopped in the mud as promised during the inception of the administration. During this period of review, we have successfully maintained 783 kilometers of roads nationwide, restoring year-round connectivity across the western region from Broadway to Bakudu, the northern corridor from Salaye to Wanjima to Menitoma, the eastern corridor from Tapita through Zwell to Kawieken, and the coastal access from Ikana to Greenville. These interventions have contributed to the reduced transportation costs, stabilized commodity prices, and meaningful relief to household livelihoods across the region. So the actual story, as I just read in this portion.
Well, Mark, so I think we have probably about 7 more minutes to go for our news break. So no need to waste all of our time. I think we already got the main point. Yeah, so that's it. Mark, we have
Abby, what's up? Welcome to the show. I think Abby's busy. Yeah, we take over.
Hey, Mark, how you doing, old man? How you doing? Mabel, how's it going, old man? Great show, and Aliyu. I've been listening from the very get go for both your synopsis on the national and international scene.
Yep.
But it's great to hear from you guys. In between, I hope you guys understand. In between, I was chipping when necessary, but it's great to be here. And just from the back of it, the statement by the information minister is very fascinating and interesting. You know, Monk, if you vividly recall, I think I told you before that this government is doing everything, or has done everything thus far to make sure that the debate remain between they and the previous government.
Yep.
And we will be constrained,
Yep.
whether you like it or not, to make comparative analysis on issues. And there where we are right now. Because if you're telling somebody that, hey, look, I did this, and the other person will definitely not keep quiet, they will have to come out and counter what you're stating. Because those things, the good thing about it, the records are there, they are vivid. The president addressed the nation on prime time, if not prime time, but use the entirety of the nation's attention to give falsehood.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to make those corrections, you are telling the people they must go on article information or executive mansion website.
Yeah.
My water and my gopo out there, what time they got to go read the executive mansion website information for clarifications? They don't have it. The president should muster the courage to come out and speak to the nation that indeed they were misled on issues, man. And this is painful, because if you will continue to mislead almost 6 million people with falsehood, I mean, continuously, it's not like one instance, oh yeah, it was just a slip of a tongue, or the president misspoke, or it was a gaffe. No, this was not any gaffe. This was deliberate.
Yes.
The nation was misled in its entirety when it came to the SONA. Mm-hmm. Not only on roads, on jobs, on everything that you can talk about. And it's painful. But I know Mabel just played the video, and this is the start of it. We will delve into it further if you guys, so choose for us to do. But I just wanted to throw those lights on it, that indeed the clarification is embarrassing. And for anybody at this point in time to be shifting blame, oh, the president, the people misled the president. No, the president misled himself and the nation.
Yep.
Mom, there is no way I will be. Look, I serve in capacity here for community organization and so on and so forth, as secretary and so on and so forth. There is no way somebody going to give me a report and I will not read it, or I will not make necessary correction and then just go and then just regurgitate it. I will not. This president had an opportunity. He got started. That's the reason why he got the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs.
Got to go over 2-3
Go
eyes.
over it. Do the correct, necessary corrections. If the entire ministry for the government or agencies give you a report and you're trying to narrow it down into the SONA speech, it's incumbent upon the Ministry of State and indeed the presidential staff to make sure that whatever they're telling the president to go say out there, it should be factually correct. And even the president, he said, what make it even in the United States that people like Obama and other people used to help to write their own speeches around here. Mm-hmm. They never used to just go and then just regurgitate things. But this is the problem here. That's not the first time the nation has been misled in this direction, guys. So for me to be giving the president a slide, oh, the president, he didn't know about it, people misled him, I will not blame the president, I'll blame his staff. No, I will blame Joseph Boakai. He is responsible. The boss started with him. The people of Liberia did not elect the Ministry of Presidential Affairs. They elected Joseph Boakai, and he hired those people to work for him. At this point in time, hair should be rolling. People should be fired, and then people understand that this president is serious. But that's not the case here. It's not going to happen.
But Ebi, yes. Let me come here. I think you missed one important point. Even in the process of lying, they still keep lying. One minute you are saying misquotation. Misquotation is not the same as being a responsible government. So you are saying, and one thing I know in politics, anytime you are playing defense, it means you are the loser already. You don't play defense in politics. So when you talk about misquotation, and you talk about, oh, it's a responsible government, oh, the statement was quantified later on this website, that's a lie. Like you said, the most important thing is there were so many lies in the speech. It was deliberate. So you cannot come to the public. The only reason you are coming back because of the pushback, because of the public reaction is overwhelming. People knew that was a lie. The reality does not correlate on the ground. So that's why you come in and you can play dumpster fire, but it's already late. Then you cannot cut the fire off, then talking about responsible government. No, you are not responsible. A responsible government will not engage in the idea of lying initially before coming back to come and quantify their own statement. It does not make any sense. So even in the process of lying, they are still lying. Can you imagine? Even after being caught.
But Monk, you are right to point that out. And that nomenclature, to bestow it on themselves, responsible government. They want you to see them in that perspective. They want Liberia to see them responsible government. What is responsible about lying to the nation of 6 million people? What is responsible about that? You don't do those kind of things. Okay, Monk, the rules you're talking about today, please see the people from the previous government that will compare you to speak the fight on issue, because even you said it did nothing. But for the last 2 years, this is your third sonar. All of the machines today that you are using, you did not import one of them. Everything was from the previous government. Today, you're using it, you can't even reference it, but yesterday you said they destroyed the country. You can't point to those things. So it's just hard here. People, they would narrow this conversation to this government and the previous government. Whether we like it or not, because they continue to create a narrative here that we got to do this. I mean, those kind of things. So for them to come and oh, it's a responsible government. What is responsible here? Give me a break, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead. The problem here, I even saw something today because President Trump will soon be coming to deliver his first speech. And I saw him to a restaurant today, and the reason why he was there, because he want, before he come to deliver his speech, he should know how the economic is looking. And that's why you see him going to restaurant to interview people and hear from them.
And Iowa. He's in Iowa.
Okay, and here America, yeah, we see like Mr. Conner just said before, even the president, they have said they can tell that speech writer, okay, yes, put this one there, put this one there, put this one there, because why? They know what they are doing and they're listening to what their people are saying in the country. They listen to them and they are solving some of those problems. And they are said they see that people will come and make report. The other minister will come, they made the other report to the president. The other person can they make their own report. And he makes sure that report you bring it to him, he's going to investigate to make sure that yes, this is something factual that you bring it to him. So he will tell you, say, put this in the sonar, put this there, put this there. But Joseph Boakai, no check and balance. He even said, get everybody doing that own thing. Time for so that we just say, okay, yeah, bring your own figure, you bring your own. And they just they just put it together. Those people who writing the president's speech, like you said, they should be fired. They were not happy because the first sonar were all lies. The second one were all lies. This is the third sonar, and he still keeping these people there. So President Boakai himself subscribed to all the lies they put it together. Because you will not can give speech, the whole country, everybody, the president lied to, the president lied to, and you hearing this thing, and you will not call your speech writer to say where you took this figure from. And you, first of all, President Baka, when they read this speech, they should bring it to you 1 week ahead. Take your time and go through, then you call the other minister, where did you do this other work? Call them before the day itself. When they say tomorrow, they so now on your way going, and then they bringing it behind you. Yeah. And this is what happening. But you able to try that to Donald Trump or any other person? No.
No, but Ali, just a point before Monk come in. The other time I listened to this guy here, or Clarence Moniba on one of those platforms, a sister platform. You know what he stated? He said when he served as Minister of State without portfolio, it was his responsibility before Ellen Johnson Sirleaf delivered any sooner. He would peruse it and make sure he crossed the T and dot his I's before she came on the podium to say anything. Yeah, it was incumbent upon him, Moniba, to do that as a Minister of State without portfolio. That was his responsibility. Any report that came from any of the auxiliary or any of the ministry or agency or whatever, it was his responsibility to compile those things and verify them, it be authentic before he put Ellen Johnson Sirleaf on the podium over there to say anything. And Ellen Johnson Sirleaf will make sure, because why? That was her office staff over there. So for people to keep giving it over about, oh, it was not the old man, he didn't mean it that way, the people misleading the old man. Oh man, I did not elect an 85-year-old. I elected Joseph Boakai of that republic to lead. not to be followed or follow up, but to lead. He saw himself that being capable.
Yeah.
I didn't elect my father or a grandfather over there. If he can't lead, you must then you must make a decision. So I just wanted to point that out, Aliyu. You can proceed.
That's it. Mayborn, what you say?
Mayborn, go ahead.
I think Mayborn is frozen over.
Yeah, I think he's frozen. I mean, I think he muted.
But Monkey can come in. Yeah, I think
well, I don't want to hear from Mayborn. He's in studio because
okay.
I said,
yes, more already know more myself. We already talk. I'll join people later on. Yeah, so after the break.
Like I said, when you can say the truth, you don't have to remember what you said in the past. Only liars have to go. Yeah, that's what's happening. The people are on the campaign of a dumpster fire. They don't know where to start and they don't know what to say. They don't know where to take credit. The whole idea of a Sona is to highlight your achievement, to make the nation to know that, you know what? That's why I said yesterday evening in the show, I said one strategy I know politicians uses all the time is when they're not giving results in a particular area, they will exacerbate the challenges because it's a psychological thing, right? They will say, oh, the challenges are very hard, or I met it from my predecessor, things are tough, but I'm working. Because when you get someone, the impression that you inherited something worse and you are working on it, their brain will start giving you partial credit already instead of looking at the result. Because in their mind, they believe that, you know what, it's tough to create jobs. It's tough to create investment. Yes. Acknowledge that we are working on this thing, we are not there yet. But when you come and falsify the number, when you put yeast in the number, thinking that people are so dumb not to see it, they become a problem for you. No, Mr. President, you lucky you can get on a marathon for the next 1 or 2 weeks. People know that the pattern has already been established over the past years, that you are not truthful when it comes to this information. So whether you're coming from the information minister, whether you're coming from your minister of state, your press secretary, people know that it's a lie. And the question is, how many lies were there in the speech? How many of them are you going to play defense for? Because the whole issue about the job that you want, the issue about the road, I another one. The economic itself is another one. So the agriculture initiative is another lie. So how many days will you stay on this marathon of convincing the Liberian people, even though they already knew that you lie? So I think it's a waste of time. Just get it going. Because for me, like I said, a tired mind or body cannot carry a great vision.
No.
Some of us have this skepticism about Baka presidency because you are literally saying the old man is too old to even review document. That's why you want to tell people out there.
Exactly.
But you're saying that you are a responsible government. Which one will we take?
Yeah.
There are not many. It's a misquotation. You have 4 or 5 different things at the same time for something that people are already settled on. The Liberian people knew that you lie, accept the fact and just move on.
Both things lie, man.
It's a waste of time. Just move on. It's a lie. We know that. We call it out.
Yes, both is lie, man. And that's the fact about it, man. Listen, man, I don't know how long we're gonna do this because you're going year 3 now. And you continue to give this thing that people, they are glaring, even the marketeers. The research is so simple nowadays that they are invisible. No, that's what this guy said before, Carver from the Democratic Party. He asked a question rhetorically. He said, "Is the economy stupid?"
That was the Buchanan campaign.
The Buchanan campaign. Is the American economy stupid? That's the thing that you're telling the people. And then just so you know, I think it was one of these, I think they called it Prime or one of the platforms in Liberia reporting that the Minister of Finance was very sarcastic today to tell people that, he will suggest to the president to create a ministry of bread and butter. He said, the government is creating rules and this and that. People are still talking about bread and butter issue. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
The note of the corner of the society that we found ourselves, no matter you can give the skyscraper woman the man can take food to his table for his 5 children home, woman, you're doing nothing in our country. And the economy is speaking to it on a daily basis. So for you to come in and be very, very sarcastic to tell people,
that's an insult.
That's an insult.
Yeah, that's what he meant. He every day is how I interpret that. When I first saw that statement, I was like, this guy is too professional to be saying something like this.
I'm disappointed.
And yeah, it's the thing. Like I said, this government, I really don't understand. Sometimes the people who claim to know better and are supposed to be doing better, Aliyu, they can confuse me all the time. He said You want to create that ministry? Okay, technically, he has saying that the Liberian people are so stupid to not know what they call bread and butter issue.
No,
so he can go by physical bread and butter. That's a condescending statement. Then even in the process, he even contradicted himself because I know when they say bread and butter or pocketbook issue, we are talking about finances, your home.
Yep.
Talking about your wages, we are talking about job and the cost of living.
Yep.
Now, if you are telling me, Minister Gaffwan, that because you are building farm to market road is a long-term project. It's not bread and butter issue. It might be part of a bread and butter issue, but that's in the long term. When people talk about bread and butter issue about the economy, they're talking basically about their jobs.
Yep.
One, they are talking about their wages. Two, cost of living. So you cannot be insulting people, then at the same time putting your own foot in your mouth.
Yeah.
If you want to tell that we are all stupid, then you should be right on the money in your analysis. But you cannot be telling us that we are stupid and you that you don't even know what you're talking about. Because that's what bread and butter and pocketbook issue mean. When they say bread and butter and pocketbook issue, it means jobs, it means wages. How much you are taking home in terms of your paycheck and your spending limit. That's what they call bread and butter issue. Farm to market road is not bread and butter issue. That's a long-term agricultural strategy. So don't come and insult us.
And to come to get audacity to tell the people you create a ministry for that? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's a
you know, like Monkey stated, this is a guy that I know, Gaffwan. We all at the university there together. You know, I know his level of intelligence. So for those kind of things to be emanating from his cycle is very disappointing. Regardless of the politics, this is a guy that, like we are at the University of Liberia, we were from two different political parties. He was from SUP and I was a member of STUDA. Okay, so our politics on the campus party was different, but in the broader perspective, he was a respected guy. You know, he was a very respectable guy that people had in high esteem because of his intelligence, academically, and so on and so forth. Even if it is as the prior government, yes, see, the political differences were there, but people stay high. Now, for you to even utter those kind of things, I hope he will come back and apologize to the Liberia. Seriously. And even he should be held responsible from the government because this is very offensive. It's very, very offensive that I just saw the statement and I've not heard a video or recording of it anywhere. But if it's established that he stated that he owed the Republic of Liberia an apology, that's nothing small to joke we're talking about. You create a minister of bread and butter.
Yeah.
What are you telling the people? You're even questioning their intelligence.
Yeah.
Now, these are a bunch of stupid people. I can get there to anything.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's what he meant.
So I mean,
it even worse.
Yeah.
Ali, go ahead, bro. Where's that take from your finance minister over the insult?
I can't speak to that because I didn't come across it.
No, for me, I came across it, but I thought it was a joke. I never thought he would make such a statement. But when I saw it all over, when people kind of validating what he said, I was like, oh, but then it's happening to be like it's the truth. Because I don't think for a guy like Gaffwan, he'll be saying something like this. You cannot misquote yourself on bread and butter issue, then come and insult an entire nation. That you are saying collectively at Liberian, we are too stupid. So you are going to buy the physical bread and the butter to know what we are talking about. That's, that's it. Since he asked it to me, I said no. The first response to I was, I don't know. But then when I came on later, when I was like, oh, so why that guy said the truth? And then I was like, okay, then this is legitimate.
Yeah, and
honestly, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't listen to the video, but I saw it all over the, on the social media and something. And honestly, if there's any video recording that he stated such, he should do the right thing. That's not him. This is a guy that student politics days up to today's day. Even he was never an offensive person, for such a thing to emanate from his end. Either if it is factually incorrect, so they need to do some corrections on it, and so on and so forth. Got it? Yes.
This is something that has been happening in our Liberian society. I don't really know. There are some people, they are well educated, but when they get government job, they can be so drunk with power and they start to lose their credibility and integrity. I don't know, like why you guys are saying we expect Gaffwan to have known better to be doing such a thing. It almost like they are so now the king way. They say, okay, they'll go and lie to them, whether they like it or not, that basically we just tell them and we'll be finished with it. But if people were not to be speaking like Chairman Benete spoke or Mr. Kumi came up, those people, they were not going, and other people started to critique them. They were not going to come outside today to say anything. But like PI is saying now, they want to correct the issue about roles. But now, why about the issue about job?
Yep.
Mo went to go defend A, and today he disgraced himself. You see, these people, they had to stop doing what they are doing. Liberians, we are not stupid that you can just give out intelligent insult all the time because you feel you're in power. Tomorrow, any other people on the sideline, you will be on the sideline tomorrow too. If you think you want to abuse power, it's up to you.
What Ali just said, that shit, we got a job numbers, right? I want you to put on the screen for our people to see it. You know, people need to understand the kind of a game what Ali was playing. And that's what AB said. The first response in Liberia is to keep making comparison with CDC. What he was actually doing, he was trying to justify that lies indirectly. Because when you look at that sheet, maybe on the one with the years, the number of jobs created, that it's a sheet, I think you pull it in my inbox if I'm not mistaken. I just want you to pull it on the screen. So technically, more Ali narrative here is, you know, when people engage in manners, don't just watch your manners, understand what they are doing and how they are doing it. He actually meant to say, if you believe that what we say is a lie, then CDC lied before. Because the numbers on the sheet, it does not equip to the reality. So he literally giving himself a license to lie because other people did it in the past. Because when you look at the numbers and you're talking about post COVID, you're telling me CDC were able to create in a single year more than 140,000 or 145,000 jobs. And another mini is 122,000. I'm talking about 2021, 2022. No, those numbers were not possible. So technically, when you look at the logic behind the more argument, even though the other shit left in the printer, he literally saying, if you think that we are lying with 70,000, people that lie with 122 and 140,000, yeah, maybe.
Monster, start being comical, man. So even though the other thing left.
Yeah, that's why he was literally trying to say. That's why the shit left in the printer and he brought it. He's literally saying that if you think 70,000 is too much of a number to lie on, then CDC did worse because in 2022 they created 104,000 jobs, which is now a reality. So if CDC can lie, then ourselves we can lie too. So you should accept both lies. That's exactly what he meant.
Left in the printer.
Mark, yes, indeed. So let me say thanks to you guys. We're back after the news break. But again, to that, I don't know whether there are maybe any other record of maybe CDC talking about, or maybe thank God Ali is here. Ali, were there any time that you people ever talk about creating jobs or so forth? Maybe in any of your, I don't know what I should say, maybe your annual message or so forth?
Not to my knowledge.
Concerning how you talking about the president's speech?
Yes.
Yeah, any of the you mean any of the sooner
yes, good. Yes, because
from President William,
right? Because Mark is right, so we want to get things clear as to whether there were any time that the CDC or former president we ever mentioned that indeed the CDC ever created any kind of 104,000, 75,000 jobs.
He didn't, as far as I'm concerned.
No,
I know you talk about jobs.
I never went about specific those kind of.
Yeah, I can't remember listening to any of President Weah's speech and he gave specific number on the job.
No. Yes.
That's what I'm telling you. The more Ali method was, if you think 70% is a number to lie on, then CDC created 104,000 jobs. So why they are out of power today if they were performing this great? So what he's literally saying is, if you're going to accept the lie from Madam Salif Tan, whether they created 80,000 jobs in the year to CDC Tan, then why not accept our own lie of 70,000? Because 70,000, the last time I did my mathematics, is more or less than 104,000. So how can job
the question, yeah,
go ahead.
Among the question here now is who talking about job? Because I don't think Madam Salif ever talk about job.
Numbers, yeah. Because remember, here's the thing. Let me come in. I will tell you about the AB. Here's the thing. The Unity Party is struggling to put points on the board because the expectations are high for them, right?
Yes.
So they are trying to take credit where credit is not due. So that's why they want to be specific, because they want to, like the finance minister said, we are all bunch of idiots. We don't even know somebody called brand border issue. So they think that when they can give you the specific number of jobs, then somehow we buy into it.
Yes.
But like I said, I'll listen to all Madam Sari or State of the Nation addresses, including that of President Weah. They would talk about, they would tout the economy making progress, but they were never specific as to the number of jobs, with the exception of this particular government. That's what I'm telling you. It was not about the number. It was all about telling you to accept the lies because other people did it before in the past. But the only difference is other people never said it in terms of the direct number. They never quoted any number. That's it. That is different.
Nope.
What do you guys?
And among your neighbor to your question, those things were never touted during those speeches. Even President Celestin. Now, mind you, look at 2005. You giving job report for that. I don't know how authentic this thing is because in 2005, Ellen was not president. She became president 2006.
2005, that was Julie Bryant.
So you see the irony about this.
We talk about intergovernment.
And mind you, Julie Bryant became president.
Yeah, go ahead.
Exactly. Julie Bryant became president and you were interim president. So you're not in the business of creating job at that time. So I don't know how authentic this thing is, where he got it from. But be that as it may, those President Ellen for 12 years, those are not things that she was running with. And more besides, Mom, what we're missing here is that's why I stated, it's the economy stupid. People are feeling this thing on a daily basis. So it's like the reality is visible. You're seeing it. You're feeling it. Somebody telling you that, oh, my man, yeah, I'm giving 198,000 farmers subsidies. And you can't even give her the list of those farmers. Meaning you are empowering people, but where are the people? They are not there. So you're telling them you give them, mind you, if you got about 6 million people, like I stated yesterday, a family of 5, that's about what? 100, I mean, I call it 1,000 and some more household. I mean, I call it 1 point something million household, correct? Now, you don't have the people to even tell you to boast about that. Maybe is going home, he even get $25 in your pocket to feed the family. And you want him to believe that everything is okay with the economy. So the people are literally feeling what you're telling them. They're not making up the story. They're telling us about, oh, yeah, you say all the things happening in the country. Where are the things? So that's what makes the problem harder on this current government as compared to previous government. You're talking about all the people were not running with those things. They were telling you that, oh, building road, and here are the roads, and this and that. And for you to even come now, the next thing is that they're trying to correct the public work ministry lies and all those things. So, Mong, the problem there is that the people are literally living the reality of all of the fabrications. They are living the realities of them. That will make it difficult here.
Ali, go ahead. They will come here again. Maybe said something that
I was just reading the main statement for Mr. Khan in the comment section.
Let me ask you a question, right? ABJ brought something very important. Looking at the history of and the question that you asked, right? United Party folks are telling us that they misrepresented the numbers. That's why, like I said, I wanted many reasons more Ali left one of the printer one of the sheet in the printer. Okay, we listen to past president speeches, right? This is why. That's why when you want to lie, you got to be very sophisticated. You got to put things together. You got to look at history before you can lie, because it's very hard to lie. So the easiest thing to do tell the truth. Because when you say the truth, even in your sleep, you can repeat what you said 10 years ago because it was the truth. The man who keep lying, he have to remember things that he said in the past. There's the common example, the common sense here, right? They're telling us that they created 70,000 jobs. And no other president in their State of the Nation mentioned specifically how many have they created. So the question is, where Mo Ali take the data from the company from 2005 to 2023? Because John, I didn't give you numbers. So who gave you the number that Mo Ali took from the printer? It means they are the one making the number. So we mean it's a justification that the government lied. Because if we are never giving a specific figure, Madam Sally over 12 years never gave me one. Julie Bryan didn't give me one, but Bwaga gave me one, and Mo Ali got the data. So where he took it from?
Yeah.
Man, I don't want to talk.
So when I saw the thing they put out right now, I'm like, in 2005. What are you talking about? 2005? And you're talking about job creation 2005 when the entire country structurally they were trying to put the pieces together, because that was after the last war in Liberia, Mom.
Oh yes.
You see what I'm trying to make here?
2004, 2005, at that time, the disarmament time, if I told 2003, 2004, all of this time there were, elections, especially 2005.
Remember, Mr. Taylor left in 2003, okay?
Yes.
And they had a peace accord in Ghana where Judy Bryant government came in the vein. And the
Yes.
responsibility of that government was to temporarily hold on the power and steer the state to election.
Exactly.
They were not in the business of creating jobs. So my question is 2005, oh man, where did you get the data from?
So
it's not more in the Treasury Department of the United States.
Even as that money go back to some of the other documents, in fact, some of the other data that is sent to us, we also received this also from one of our colleagues that was sent on by in fact the deputy I think Sano is that assistant or deputy minister for
information?
Is that for public affairs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, good. I'm not going to get it correct. So he sent this report to Julius Jet, and this report is what was talking about 61,000. But we go back to the president annual message. He said more than 70,000.
Yeah.
So where in this world that your president will be talking about more than 70,000?
And you're talking about 61.
Then you're talking about 61,000. Where are we heading? So that means, Mark, should we now say that saying the entire, or maybe so long there's an error in somebody say, should we not say the entire maybe address or maybe the entire thing that was said by the president that was an error?
No, it was all lies. Don't say error. There's a difference between errors and lies.
And lies.
Yeah, because there is the common sense. The president saying more than 70,000, and this record is saying 61. That's more than 10,000 below the actual number, right? And all the numbers are lies. Now, Mo Ali is telling you that he got more data than the Treasury Department of the United States. He can go back to 2006. But they are the same people that want you to believe that they misrepresented the numbers on the road calculation. How? I mean, like, why you want to put out to take?
Yeah.
Right? You got more data. You got data that you can that goes back 20 years or 21 years ago. But yet, this simple calculation on the road data, you are telling me.
Can you get it right?
Yeah, you can get it right.
Get it right, Mark. So I don't know, man. But anyway.
Yeah. So and our young guy were also talking about the issue, or maybe one of the other statements that were made by the finance minister. Another one, he was trying to quench maybe the thirst of the people because of the situation. But I don't know why he said adding more. Is the finance minister adding more insult to injury? That people would say, because this kind of statement about people maybe whether they should go out there and buy bread and butter. That the only way that they go.
That's what you thought. That's
yeah. I still trying to even understand what you're trying to say, because if you say the kind of thing, then what happened even to the people that are in the media? Like my brother just said, AB just said, who are also struggling. And one of the senators said that quite recently, and in fact we played the video that even some of these journalists, some of them are making $50, some of them are making $100. Now the foreign minister is saying that no, you all want to go out there and buy bread and butter before you all know if they're working or that we are dressing. I don't know. For me, this is. I don't know.
I think at least said it right. Some people, when they are giving power, maybe they cannot control that. AB is saying that he know the individual. They grew up together, went to school together. That's not him. But sometimes power, they say absolute power corrupt absolutely. That's just exactly what he's doing. Because the same government is trying to tell you that they misrepresented in facts, and then you got another guy coming to insult our collective intelligence, telling us that we are all stupid. Yeah, we are so stupid that we don't know what they call packet. So we can't take anything seriously from this government, because
I don't know what informed that decision.
If you think one person is making it work, the other guy will just come and do total damage. That's why the finance minister did. If our president Joseph Bagala will be to my office first thing tomorrow morning, because that's a deliberate insult to the entire Liberian collective intelligence. That's why he said you are so stupid that we can do anything and we can get away with it. Saying you can understand bread and butter, let me insult you more. Like I said, the irony about his statement was the regular bread and butter issue wasn't something he even mentioned, because the market rule is not bread and butter issue. When you say bread and butter issue, you're talking about your job, your wages. He talked about your cost of living.
Like I was asking one of my colleagues recently. I said that, do you know how many of our mothers and sisters that have their fruit? That, for example, they have their plenty, they have their elders, they have all of these things, a real light, and most of it is spoil more because sometimes no customer, nobody to buy these things.
Yeah.
People have their food. People have these things. People have plenty. Along the road, they are poor, but nobody to buy these things.
Yeah, because the money is not circulating.
Yeah,
so you got to sell them buyer. And these things, they are perishable items. You're selling banana and plantain. These things, we don't have storage facility for them to keep them for long.
No.
So if you got fewer money circulating the economy, and that's why I keep telling people, and the economy is doing good. It wouldn't mean people are confident enough to go and spend what they got because they will expect to get money in the future. When you don't expect income, you hold on to money. That's when the economy is stagnant. So the woman is selling her little plenty of banana or soursop or little orange. No, she will end up losing because if you cannot sell those products within a space of 72 hours, they will all get rot. They will all decay, and you become the loser. That's just how difficult it is. But instead of addressing that, the finance minister came to insult us. We don't know bread and butter issues. So
yeah, I'm just seeing the man's statement taking the whole social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I really hope that the authenticity of it, but the social media, there have been no clarifications on issues, and so on and so forth, and it's lingering up there. And I mean, it's disappointing, quite honestly. To be honest with you, it's disappointing because even in the greatest economy that we find ourselves at today, the American politician, be it at state level or at federal level, they speak about bread and butter issue, meaning the pocketbook issue of the people in this country. The disposable income. When you got disposable income, you got to be a millionaire, you got to be a rich man. But if you get able to buy food, if you get able to do something, oh, I need this thing, you go and get it. And people that are affording it, and you can't and be so sarcastic about that. Trust me, it's very offensive.
Before you know, why I would tell the finance minister?
No.
I know our woman in the market, our papa in they're not smart. They are not geniuses in mathematics.
Yes.
The one thing that I know, our woman can keep track of their little inventory, the little banana, and they know how many pieces in the plate that they will carry around.
Right.
They can analyze data more and more Ali. So instead of he insulting us, he might insult Mo Ali for giving fake data and the entire administration. But I know our old man in saying the pepper color, their orange, they can keep track of their inventory. Their numbers are always accurate. So maybe he must come and really apologize to the Liberian people. Man, if I president, I forced him to do that. Trust me.
Definitely. Yes.
Well, wonderful, folks. Anything before we go to the line to interview?
Yeah, one second, baby.
Yeah, go ahead.
We say the president should call Gafua to order. Why were all these other people that were just put numbers together again made the president to go stay out there? The president will not. President Baka subscribe to these things. So when this thing happen, nothing will happen. The way Gafua said that one, we talk at the end of the day. The president. Thank God the president can listen to news. So
and
maybe
Aliu, let me say one last thing before you guys can go to the line. And I'm not trying to digress from the topic, but it gets something that popped to mind, right? The outrage that came from the comedian about the ice thing. Why I didn't see that same outrage for Joseph Parker? Because Joseph Parker was more condescending than leader. When he said, you say America, Jordan Trump would deal with you. Why
exactly. Yes. Joseph Parker was more condescending on us than what leader said. Why they couldn't go after Joseph Parker? Very good, Mo.
You're right. And he said it, and it have manifested itself. And you know?
Oh, you see?
Well,
maybe you can go to the last one, man.
Well, that's good. Please, in your calls to all of our callers, our people, those of you who are following us in this evening, this show is interesting. So many things we're talking about here. Let me go to the line, please. David King, 1 minute. Hello to this caller. David King, good evening.
Good evening, people. And let me say good afternoon to Mom and Aliu and all of Avi. You see, the first thing the woman did upon her, After spending 40-some years in power, Mr. Waka do not know common thing called protocol. You don't know that when the national anthem play, everybody's going to tell people to have a seat, and you ask him question as you tell them to have a seat, or that's a fun mistake. Mr. Waka will tell us that 70,000 people have got a job under his regime. And Mr. Waka got a lot of lies that he told the people. That's why I said the usual lies, recitation have been given again. Because this is not the state of the nation. This is the state of the lies. Everything that Mr. Waka said, there's nothing truthful in it. If you check the entire Suna, it was not truthful. Mr. Waka lied to all he said he would do. 70,000 jobs. He did school feeding. 292,000 person was fair. In which one of the school? Which one of the public school? In which county? Why was it like 50,000 households were given $1 billion Liberian dollar? Where? In which county? All of these lies, they have fabricated them and give it out here to say Liberian people are stupid. We don't know what we need for ourselves. But it is good for us because this is what we wanted and that's what we got. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much. This is what we wanted and this is what we got. Keep your calls coming 0770203125. That's the number to call to this caller. Good evening. Hello.
Yeah, how are you, neighbor?
Yes, we're fine. Thank God for life. Go ahead.
Well, this is Bruce Wednesday. I'm calling for our two community of You know, we are just looking at the 700,000 people that Waka said he does that will continue to be live. What about the feeding of public schools? Check around, do your survey in the entire report like how many schools that have been reported that the government is feeding them. Let's forget about the 700,000. If the Union Party people would say that 700,000 is correct, now let them bring the proof of any public school that the government has taken initiative of feeding those students. Let them bring it up. I bet there and I dare them to bring that to us. Let's see. We'll leave the 70,000 for the public school or the school that they are feeding every day or every time in the report. Let them bring it up. Then we'll consider the speech to be the correct. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear brother. To this caller quickly. Good evening.
Big one. Good evening. I'm having Johnson calling on to go to You see, this president, and to the panel on the show, to even to everybody also. President, I don't know if he understands this country or the level of experience that the people he has. You know, common protocol because as a leader of the national affairs, right after people to receive it, you need to ask questions on that because you step along with the former president Eric Johnson's leave. So it's supposed to understand protocol. Something that as a vice president, what you were delivering your annual message. So this on everything, he pretends that he knows everything, but in reality, stepping in. The president now is that those people on all things. Concerning road construction. After yesterday, President William was example every to tell all that people is in because right after Eddie Johnson said that was President Quick, whatever thing you go read on, I'm not a judge. Nobody's come out and say that's all now. But for this 42 years of experience, President, and coming out of the budget booth to do defending that's bad. The president should be clear. So for who is that? The president should be clear with the country. He's not want the country, brother. That is telling the country over. Yeah, that's the only thing you need to do. But to stop lying to the great people is very bad as a leader. It has some country, you don't want to be. It has some serious other country, you lie to the whole country that has the fast temper. Go check it and they come to the last. You be
all right, thank you. I like the way you job in a way that I like. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, Stewart called from 12
Okay, go ahead, Stewart.
The problem with the country is that people don't know how the culture was coming. They have America was in the country. You know, Let me tell you.
Oh.
Give him asking the point he's trying to make. Yeah, asking where
So hello, Chairman. So on the great job blasting. So we want to know because nobody bring about numbers. I think we just talk about the previous presidents, including Sktv-Lib. They don't talk about numbers. They don't talk about all of these things. How come we're hearing about numbers on this government? That's the question.
No, the reality is that people only focus on job. Let me tell you about our
But people need job. People need job to survive. There's nowhere that you can go without job, and brother. Don't be saying that you are. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So what he literally saying is the president is licensed to lie because the country is.
Because the country
is Thank you. 2 minutes.
So the president will be allowed to say anything.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before proceeding, let me ask this question. So now if you have to tell the public that you don't believe in 2FM, but the decision made by 2FM management, you are using it to run your Sktv show. You don't think you'll be deceiving yourself?
I hear them, my brother. I like that.
But now, the president is telling us he does not believe in the IMF, and the IMF will look at it as a World Economic Governing Body. Now, the IMF made decision in the past that have to do with harmonization. The harmonization, then you came to power, you are not careful. You're still using the harmonization to run your government. Then who is deceiving us? Who the president really deceiving? Remember, you're not going to tell the way I always say, I don't let people do something contrary, and what they say to the public is different. They really take my soul. That's what they're doing. You don't do that to the public. You use the IMF decision to run your government. Why take the harmonization so they know that you're really paying for something?
All right. Thank you so much to this caller. Good evening. Some of you are big. You don't everyone laughing. It's not easy. Hello. Yeah, my brother. Good evening. Go ahead.
I'm in Johnsonville and I'm Lawrence Spencer. Let me say really to our brothers in the diaspora. You know, what was a serious country that Mr. Oman Wakai impeachment proceeding should be in progress. I mean, we have never seen the kind of irresponsibleness in any government, even pre-war, post-war. We are not seeing it. I mean, look at more as your own president. These men that ran from one radio station to another, bad money, we are incompetence and blah, 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 blah. Like, the same one, it's again, I know, security card of Peter. But man, I don't know that your chance or what. What kind of country we find ourselves so? Then see the other man who call himself on that man. He said, nah, I mean, he's sorting the whole country. I thought it was very incompetent, but arrogant to have found in the town. I mean, then where are we? People should be apologizing to us for the kind of destructive information they brought to us in a few days. I mean, you wasted the country for 1 hour due to our resources. The government and who they care about that we empower more than 5,000 market women. More than 5,000 ordinary market women. The government to cabinet So when you're all that cooking food, your drum one and your drum paper that was totally ready was part of large image. And you for that minister, you got a boss. I mean, to come to us and say, we'll tell the president to create bread. But I mean, we bring upon it. We bring the poor people who walk in the people water September in 2023.
Oh, thank you so much. That's it, my brother. To this caller, quickly, good evening. We'll take a few more calls. Yeah, no calls over to our team.
Good evening, baby. How are you doing?
Yes, we're fine. Thank God for life. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. This is Siliki Kroman, common known as neighbor Siliki, a motorcyclist. Never can you imagine? I see why the puppy can just laugh. The news, I was so called representation for never going to represent them honest massively. We had a big hell of a fight. Can you imagine in a town called So Fair Place? So Chidon,
You use 3,875 men to make fun. Can you imagine? The latest anyone or they call the place called Soap Metro. They will have a fun. We want each person pay $100 to go to be a war six. We make that huge amount of error. Sincerely, neighbor, you can never put for them. We brush their place, we make it fun, or fun for them. But you see, God, if you are cursed, you are cursed. The brother will eat everything. Everything. They to go ask anybody for the region. That is never called soup, but too. As one of my massive area, he never put for it, he never feed anybody up to now, ever level, ever level. The king so bad, breaking my bone town. We had a farm, 300 to 160% again. They require that we won't make our farm today. They say we should go and reward and the 5% now. Everybody should pay quite a bit to buy. I told them, no, I can't do it. Can you imagine? Look at it, can lie. My brother.
Thank you so much, Charles Cooper. Quickly, Charlie, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, neighbor.
Go ahead, my brother.
If you recall, President, we had this similar thing with the COVID-19 stimulus package. He ran a normal.
Okay, Aliu, later.
The State of the Nation address. And you see, this is why we have told people that President, Mr. CDC and the party that is in 6 and 7, my brother. These two parties, nothing will change, it will continue to be with them. And imagine one of my profs is telling me that was an error, maybe. So what taught me at the university level is telling me it's an error only because he supports this government.
Partisan prof.
You're going to address the nation, state of the nation, the whole world listening to you. You did not do your fact check, or you did not cross your T's, you dot your I's, and then you come out, you call in a misquotation. You know, maybe I said on my page, when people see, they give a beating, they say embezzlement. When they lie, they give a beating, they say misquotation. But never you see, so we are about this thing now. We understand the progressive canary for United Party that United Party only strength is mere propaganda. But for you to know that we are in the era of information, the era of intelligence, the era of intellectualism, the era of enlightenment. You cannot go to the lateral level. We don't have master's degree, we don't have PhD. But maybe we are reading, we're making use of the little we have a power.
All right, we are reading. So this caller quickly, chat. We gotta go and cross over to our team quickly. Good evening to this caller. Yeah. Yes, go ahead quickly, brother. Okay.
When he said that the farm, the way he said that the double farm is $75 and the $10 to $35.
Yes, we saw that also. There are so many things. Yes. Yes.
More than what the dog didn't do, or they do more than what the dog done. No, any little thing to do, what the dog need. Any little thing to do, any little mistake, any little dog to make, they'll call the dog need. You don't get it for the 5 years experience. And then they don't know anything. But you all kind of get on you. You don't know anything. And then they don't know everything like that for the 5 years experience.
Oh.
And then I'm making the greater mistake.
All right, thank you. The harmless, I'm going to call it harmless error. So sometimes too, this thing happen. Good evening. Hello? Oh, you want to not try yet? Go ahead, sister. What's her name? All right, she go off. She said she want to not try. Maybe not just get a brought to one in fact to US. One for me. I recommend that. Today's caller, good evening. Hello?
Yes?
Yes, my brother, go ahead.
How you doing, bro?
Yeah, we're fine. Thank God for life. Go ahead.
That's good. I'm Jason and Jacob, and I call you from Police Academics. Thank you so much for the show, and thanks to your panelists as well. You know, sometimes, at times, the opposition can be right in addressing some of these issues.
the government might not take it so seriously because everything the government does, the opposition criticize. But looking at it, I believe that there was mistake. The government have acknowledged that there was mistake. And this is not absolutely the case only Joe Bob alone. Even some of the past presidents of America have made mistake and they come on to say, yeah, there was mistake made. These are things that no one is infallible. But the idea is addressing the bread and butter issue. I think that should be our concern.
But the bread and butter issue, hello, I don't know whether you follow your finance minister latest press conference on the bread and butter issue. And what say you? Because he said that I don't know whether you people want us to go and buy bread and butter, and before you know that, maybe that the government is working on the bread and butter issue. What say you with that statement?
I think the finance minister was a little bit sarcastic into that. As a politician and someone who is in power, you should expect the opposition to come down on you. But it is your responsibility as a trained and as a sophisticated politician to withstand whatever criticism that have come on your way. To sound that way, someone would think that is demeaning. And to me, that was not fair on the part of the finance ministry to have said what to say.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear brother. Thank you. Mark, we got to go no much time. While we will have around 8 more minutes, so we can use that at least. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks again, man. Thanks, Mabel. And let me say thanks to the callers and their contributions. And I think it will help to shape, our democracy. It will strengthen it. And the good thing about it is that you got too many citizen journalists nowadays. You can't just say things and walk away with it. We're being fact checked immediately or more instantaneously when you're stating things. People are checking. You can Google your phone. You can get information from anywhere. So indeed, people are playing their part. But again, I would just reiterate that the buck stops with the president. And everybody's seeing it, and people keep giving him that pass. Oh, the president don't know. If you don't know, then don't say it. Because the people elected Joseph Boakai. They did not elect the Ministry of State or they did not elect the finance minister. Those are appointees, and they are giving him a report. It's incumbent upon him to peruse the report, critique it before he come up public to say something. But to keep clarifying in politics, when you are explaining, you are losing. That's the reality about it. And sometimes in politics, it's allowed to be self-deprecating. When sometimes you come, you make fun of yourself, and you point out your shortcomings, people will reason with you. Liberians are very, very, very understanding when it comes to their politicians, and they give them pass. But it doesn't mean that you should take them for a fool and they just keep riling them like some kind of donkey, and you expect that people will not say something. So those clarifications, the president's office should be issuing something right now, not just be issuing statement in the past and the information minister telling you, go on the executive mansion website, you will see the corrections. My Mary can read the executive mansion website. She can listen to radio. So do the right thing, and then people will allow you to move on and understand that indeed errors were made. But again, maybe I know a lot has been said, so I don't need to re-emphasize what the people stated. Everybody is locked in to understand where our country is heading. But it's a great show, and then thanks for the time, man. Let me say thanks to Monk too. You guys are doing a great job, man.
Well, thank you, Abby.
Yeah, thank you.
For me, I got a very simple message for our people. It's very hard to lie because you got to be sophisticated in lying. You got to keep track of things that you said in the past. We all knew the president lied. The average librarian out there, I know the guy that the other man said his professor was trying to justify. No, your professor is a partisan hack. He knew the president lied. And not only one point, the president lied on so many issues that he covered up in that state of the nation because the number just doesn't add up. We got a living witness, the guy who called from district number 4, Nima County. He said there were a lot of projects that he had to put money together. You got a president telling you he gave out loan and engaged in agricultural initiative and cooperative. But this man is telling you that what JBC was doing in Nima County and they didn't even return. So it's all lies. It's all made up. Because like I said, they are not putting points on the board. So they got to make up stories. That's what we keep. And I believe it was out of anger that the finance minister would come and give such a derogatory or condescending statement. They are mad because When we live in this day and age, like AB said, we are all citizens generally. Even the mainstream media cannot work in this country because everybody, remember, the fraud that happened in the state of Minnesota, it took a 23-year-old to get a cell phone to explode, to put the whole Minnesota on a bomb today. 23-year-old kid, they call Nick Shelley, investigative reporter with one cell phone and a microphone, Facebook or YouTuber. He was the one that blew the cover. So if you think you can go out there because you got a bigger platform, you got a bullet puppet, you can just lie to people. No, for some of us here, most especially for Sktv, we will erect checkpoints. We are not here for the politics, and we'll tell you when you are insulting our people. We will tell you when you are lying. We will tell you when you are stealing. We will tell you that you are wasting taxpayer resources. When you go to the useless international conference that you have no reason to be at, we will say these things. So if you're out there, it's up to you, but we will do our job. Our job here is to give credible information. We are not yet. The day, whether it was Sekou or Steve, all the time we'll be on the show. We say the day the government will give us a reason to blow their trumpet, we'll blow that trumpet on Sktv every single day of the week. But until then, we will keep giving the story as it unfolds. That's it. That's all I can say, Mabel.
Yes, that's good, Mark. In fact, you knew everything. Like some of all that what we keep saying here, the issue of that my government, maybe you people, again, no. Lemon just said nobody against any government, but your government is taking 99% of your resources, and they are giving you 1%, and even in that 1%, you are still struggling, even to survive from that 1%. But you don't know. Because the reason there is they were all well out to, and thank God for social media, like Brother Ebi just said. Most of the story that we get today come from most of the citizens, from the very towns, from the villages. More, that's just a fact. Journalists. That's why now and then when you're doing things, you should be careful on what you are doing, because someone will just record you within a second. And your video is trending. Why are you taking it for a joke? So we're not here to come say, oh yeah, we like the president, or maybe we're going to filter news. Because more that by then when people used to filter the news, go out there and do all the editing
and go edit.
But
the point you're just making, right? That's what made a generation to be the most sensitive and the most, I would say the most sensitive and the most dangerous generation. Because there's the only time in human history that something could happen today and the rest of the world could get to know today. It never happened.
In no time.
So you can't lie to us. It's not possible. You will get caught.
Some of you will be asking, oh, Mark, and maybe why you put on talking about the other things, about the, or maybe what was said by the president, the 239,000 students, maybe that benefited from school fees. No, look, we will talk about this in time, but in fact, day by day. Because some of us will benefit from the school feeding. Maybe Monk and Brother AB, maybe they may want to also benefit from the school feeding. Me, I'm not about school feeding business.
What are you talking about? Our picking or careful.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? I ate corn beef with color, 2 BB color. You say get a ganga ball when you apply it. You don't see your own food. Our picking I ate that too, but
so all of this school feeding and another people are saying that 63,000 okay, new LEC connections, 108,000 farmers. All these things we will talk about people, but let's talk about the bread and butter issue first. And thank God that they're not getting into their feelings and they are now talking to you the way they are talking.
But maybe on to that point, when you stated, I know time fast spent, but forget about the interior part of the country. Let's narrow this conversation right to Monrovia. It's a walking distance. All of the government official passed by the University of Liberia. That's the microcosm of our education system in our country. The highest institution of learning in the Republic. For Baka to stand on the podium, he said they renovated. Can they show one building in that place that they renovated in that place? And then for you to come and give people a bold-faced lie like that, and you expect people to buy it. To the
moving forward, even if we go into 2029 elections, no politician will go free anymore. And I like the kind of trend, Mark, and but AB the trend now that we are going to. We are not discussing issues instead of personal attacks. That's what we keep telling people. Forget about all the personal. Oh yeah, Samuel 12, maybe 27 million, all that thing. Look, don't bow to the kind of thing. They are doing these things to just take your mind from the real issues and what the devil can do.
Exactly. Exactly. Maybe.
But maybe I can feel sorry for you that went to the university, because for me, I already had before going to university.
Oh.
You said what the university right across the street from the executive man.
Yes.
But the more that only one man, kitchen even can close.
I'm telling you, for them to go
for things that they are not doing.
And more for them to go put such a thing in the report. The children are agitating on a daily basis over there to the point that the boys don't over there. They literally go there to pin it in a way just to call your attention. And you come and tell people that you renovated it. Yeah. What are you saying? You know, anyway. and then you have a city senator in person of Edwin Snow. He's telling you that in such time, Bomi County, you don't have a math instructor over there. But he's saying that you pay hundreds of instructors salary. You put them on payroll. That's a stone throw is less than 30 minutes away from a road at such time.
Yep.
It's less than 30 minutes away. You don't have math instructor there in the school that there. You don't have a building. You don't have a building for the Bomi High School to the point that they are domiciled in CS Jewel building right now. And then you're telling people that you're feeding them. Come on, man.
That's why our people sign up for. Our people get ready to do the right thing. I don't think they are ready in that country. I just don't believe it. When they get ready, we know who to bring on board and get the job done. That's why I know.
Guys, man, great show, Maple, and your time.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the ABA to follow us, our listeners. Good night. We see you on tomorrow. The grace of the Almighty God. Good night, people.
Good night. Bye.
Yeah.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Foreign people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us care and the promise of them. So welcome my life without again.
A lyrical
Master.
Clay Paris, who make you, I can't ask Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina can I say my jamo. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Masorada, Lofa, and Grandbaza.
And I Guinea, ya to money. And I Salia, ya to money. And I Conakry, ya to money. And I Codovoa, ya to money. And I Guinea, ya to money. And I Salia, ya to money. And I Conakry, ya to money. And I Codovoa, ya to money. And I forget it now, ya to money. That's the baby. And I forget it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Masorada, Lopa, and Grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Foreign people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, Sano to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.